The Grammys just released their list of nominees, and to everyone's surprise, some of the biggest artists in the world were barely mentioned. This episode of Newsfeed is brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. It's a new kind of network. I mean, Harry Styles, Ed Sheeran, Demi Lovato. I don't know about you guys, but I'm confused. I know. How could Harry, Ed, and Demi either not get nominated at all or barely get nominations? These three had a pretty incredible 2017 with Harry's debut solo album and Ed's musical comeback after taking a brief hiatus, but unfortunately, these three, as well as a few of their other peers, were barely recognized for their musical contribution in 2017. Just barely. I think it's safe to say that a good majority of the world assumed Harry would lead the Grammy noms since his self-titled debut solo album did so well and garnered so much attention and praise. But nope, neither Harry nor his album received any nominations. And then there's the BFF duo Ed and Taylor Swift. While 2017 also proved to be an amazing year for Ed and his album Divide, Ed unfortunately did not receive any nods in some of the bigger categories like Song, Record, or Album of the Year like we had all assumed he would. He only received 2 nominations, one for Shape of You in the Best Pop Performance category, and the other for Divide in the Best Pop Vocal Album category. Better than nothing. Taylor Swift, on the other hand, received no nominations for her Reputation album as a whole, mainly because it was released after the September 30th cutoff date. Now, even though Look What You Made Me Do was released in August, it didn't receive any attention from the Recording Academy. Although not being noticed for her latest releases is definitely disappointing for her fans and for herself, Taylor did technically get nominated for her I Don't Want to Live Forever song with Zayn Malik in the Best Song Written for Visual Media category, as well as a couple of country nominations for Better Man. Like Ed, Kesha's powerful musical comeback was noticeably left off some of the bigger categories. She received 2 nominations in the pop categories, but many believe she deserved at least a Song of the Year nomination. Camila Cabello has also had a great 2017, but she herself did not garner any nominations. Demi Lovato was noticeably left off the list for her Tell Me You Love Me album, even though it was released days before the product eligibility date. But according to the Grammy website, there's a final round of online entries, and that ended a month before Demi's album was released. So I guess technically, Tell Me You Love Me couldn't have been submitted in time because the cutoff date for online entries was August 23rd. Whatever. It's all confusing and crazy, and all I'm saying is she better get some recognition in 2019 for that album because it was fire. Okay, so some of these snubs definitely came as a huge surprise, but what wasn't a surprise was Jay-Z's nominations for 444. Let's face it, Jay is definitely a force to be reckoned with in the music biz, and hello, he's married to my queen, so it's no surprise that his latest album is doing really well in terms of Grammy nominations and everything else. But Variety said it best when they called Jay's 444 album possibly the first ever album from the perspective of a nearly 48-year-old family man. Were you surprised by any of these snubs or just any of these nominations in general? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching Clevver's Newsfeed. I'm your host, Drew Dorsey, and I'll see you next time. And click to the left to watch BTS talk about dating fans on Ellen. Thanks again to Xfinity Mobile for sponsoring today's episode. Xfinity Mobile is a new kind of network designed to save you money.